Giants
People who came from the
in the
sky.
sky. Yeah.
Hey.
What up?
What's up, baby brother? How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm great. Living the dream, brother. Living the dream. Man, how was the weekend?
Pretty good. Just been chilling. Hung out with Simone yesterday. Watched the game. Crazy
Dope.
game.
Crazy game.
Kind of excited to see what happens in Game 4 of the Wolves versus Oklahoma City.
Okay.
See if we can still have that same energy.
Right.
Got a good game on right now with Indiana
Great
and
game.
New York. So it's been a pretty good weekend. How about yourself? What you been
Same, man. Been a pretty chill weekend. Friday just chilled out. Saturday rolled down on Casey, pulled up on him. He is back, baby. He is back at Deep Ellum, Dallas. So that I was super excited for that. He just moved over the weekend, so I was the first one to pull up on him. Shell and I went over there and hung out in Deep Ellum for a bit, and then came back and watched the Wolves games, and the Wolves just destroyed. I mean, annihilated. Turned the thunder, as our uncle said, into a cloud. What's up, Shell? What's up? And yeah, man, they took care of business. That was crazy work. So much that they cleared the bench. What? They put the
Third
bench
quarter.
in Third quarter, yeah.
They
Which
put
was-
the third quarter in it.
Right. So it could have been way worse, Thunder fans. It could have been way worse. But I know you guys are gonna come back pissed Monday.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be a more even game. But I do like blowouts.
I like blowouts when it's our team, and then when it's
Yeah.
a game where we haven't showed up in the past
Yeah.
6 games. We haven't played really good, so
No, we
it
have
was
not.
good to see the team that I've watched all February, March, and April when the playoffs started show up. Kind of take it to OKC. OKC seemed like they were just insurmountable, and I was like, I don't know why. They look like this, and the Wolves played them pretty good all season. It's just, I think it's just our team need to show up. So,
Yeah.
that being said, the Wolves need to show up. The OKC's going to show up. No doubt. They're going to show up Monday,
Every game.
tomorrow. So, we need to show up with our same intensity, smart, intensity. Don't turn the ball over, and we'll be just fine. We can play with the boys, so I don't have any doubt in that. So,
We showed last night that we definitely could. I mean,
Yeah.
OKC was looking all out of sorts. So maybe the Wolves went back and watched some film, and that might have been coaching. Ant-Man was on his game. He played like a superstar, and then he had a lot of help too. So good to see. Now the Pacers Knicks games are great. These are some great games, and they're on right now. Also, it's Memorial Day weekend, so happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody out there.
Yep.
And Indianapolis Memorial Day weekend is probably the best weekend to be in Indianapolis, especially in the Eastern Conference Finals, and you have the race going on as well.
Pacer Racer weekend, basically.
Yeah, the Indy 500. Yeah, Pacer Racer. So, yeah, man. So to my Indy peeps, you guys, I'm jealous. I love being in Indianapolis on Memorial Day weekend, but I'm here in Dallas and I'm hanging out with my little brother. So,
and with that being said, us Minnesota people, we are in the conference finals. So tomorrow, if you're anything going on, go downtown, the big jumbotron. You go there and watch the game with everybody.
Oh, they have that
logo painted on First Avenue. So go up there. Yep, show support. I was looking at tickets. I can't buy a ticket. I can't bring myself to do it. But not as bad as I thought they would be.
Okay,
like $400 isn't that bad for what's the comparable game. It's not bad. Considering what you think, what I think it could be.
So you mean to go to the actual game, not to hang out and look at it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. To go to the game
Okay.
is like $200 to $400. It's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's like going to a concert. Like we're going to a Chris Brown concert, and they beat the heck out of my pockets. So, yeah. But thank you everybody for joining. I know it is Memorial Day weekend. This is really a Saturday for a lot of people. So we appreciate those who joined up, hang out with us. It's going to be a truncated show today. And we never introduced ourselves right away anymore. I'm Sean.
I'm Kobe. My bad. Yep.
We are the Men of Letters. And we are brothers. We're happy. We're singing, and we're colored. Give me a high five. So we have again, it's truncated. So we're gonna go back into the well. We go to the Alan Watts well, and this is called the Awakened Ones. And I believe what we labeled the video is Time to Wake Up. So Alan Watts is a philosopher of sorts, and we really like the message that he sends out. So we want to share it with the world. Again, and this is from, I'm gonna shout out True Meaning. It's from their channel. So shout out to True Meaning for giving us the content.
Anybody who ever studied Buddha, this isn't gonna shock you, but anybody who came from the Western religion side of things, Alan Watts, but if you know anything about Eastern religion, he's not saying anything outlandish, but
no, it ain't good. And I don't think this one's about death, right? This is not.
No, this is about Western religion, I believe, about the Bible.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. So we will go ahead and get into this again. Truncated shows. We're not gonna keep you guys too long. 12-minute video, and it should go pretty smooth. We've been having issues with our alarm going off. A fire alarm.
The video.
No, it's fine. But if you ever see me, if you see me have to run and jump off screen, it's because our alarm went off for whatever reason. Smoke alarm keeps going off. It's crazy. So, and when our smoke alarm goes off, it turns off the AC, and we're kind of slow. We don't figure it out until we start getting hot. So, so I'm burning up right now. I just turned the AC on. So if you see me sweating on screen, it's not because of the white cleesies. It's because the AC was off for a while. So, so I'll get the video started here. Let's get into it.
A lot of people don't know
how. Like and subscribe if you haven't done it yet on YouTube.
Yes, please do.
We Westerners got the Bible thanks to the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church and members of the church wrote the books of the New Testament. And they took over the books of the Old Testament, which even by the time of Christ had not been finally decided upon by the Jews. The Jews did not close the canon of the Old Testament until the year 100 AD or thereabouts at the Synod of Jamnia. And then they finally decided which were the canonical books of the Hebrew Scriptures and embodied them in the Masoretic text, the earliest copy of which dates from the 10th century, early in the 10th century AD. The books to be included in the New Testament were not finally decided upon until the year 382 AD again, at the Synod of Rome under Pope Damasus. So it was the church, the Catholic Church, that promulgated the Bible and said, we are giving you these scriptures on our authority and by the authority of the informal tradition that has existed among us from the beginning, inspired by the Holy Spirit. So you receive historically the Bible on the church's say-so. And the Catholic Church insists, therefore, that the church collectively, speaking under the presumed guidance of the Holy Spirit, has the authority to interpret the Bible. And you can take that or leave it. Because obviously, the authority of the Bible is not, first of all, based on the Bible itself. I can write a Bible and state within that book that it is indeed the word of God which I have received. And you're at liberty to believe me or not. Hindus believe that the Vedas are divinely revealed and inspired with just as much fervor as any Christian or any Jew. Muslims believe that the Quran is divinely inspired, and some Buddhists believe that their sutras are also of divine, or rather a Buddhic origin.
Yeah.
The Japanese believe that the ancient texts of Shinto are likewise of divine origin. And who is to be judge? If we're going to argue about this as to which version of the truth is the correct one, we will always end up in an argument in which the judge and the advocate are the same person.
True.
And you wouldn't want that if you were brought into a court of law, would you? Because if I say that, well, thinking it all over, I find that Jesus Christ is the greatest being who ever came onto this earth, by what standards do I judge? Why, obviously, I judge by the sort of moral standards that have been given to me as somebody brought up in a Christian culture. There is nobody impartial who can decide between all the religions, because more or less everybody has been, in one way or another, influenced by one of them. So if the church says the Bible is true, it finally comes down to you. Are you going to believe the church or aren't you? If nobody believes the church, it will be perfectly plain, won't it, that the church has no authority. Because the people is always the source of authority. That's why de Tocqueville said that the people gets what government it deserves. You may say, well, God himself is the authority. How are we to show that? That's your opinion. Well, you say, well, you wait and see. The day of judgment is coming, and then you'll find out who's the authority.
They always say that.
Yes, but at the moment, there is no evidence for the day of judgment. And it remains, until there is evidence, simply your opinion that the day of judgment is coming. And there is nothing else to go on, except the opinion of other people who hold the same.
I mean, that's always
interesting. That's not interesting. It's very obvious. But it's like,
right.
I've never like thought about it. But most things in human not human consciousness, but human, what's the word, bro? Human thought? Not human thought. But most things in human, I can't think what the right word I want to say.
What direction you going in? You're talking about beliefs?
It's not beliefs, but like it's also beliefs. Right? I guess that's the word for it, but like human mythos, most human things are just told. Most people just go off what was told to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we don't really like, and we just go like we do it by like if most people think this way, then it must be true.
Yeah, you're indoctrinated into it as a child. You know, because we've had discussions about that. Like, you know, what I mean, who teaches these things? Who's, you know, how do you know what is evil? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we had I think we had the debate, not debate, but we had the discussion. If nobody exists, if humans didn't exist in the world, there's only one man in the world, one woman in the world. Who's to define what evil is?
Yeah, there is no social, like there is no social norm,
right?
If it's one man or one woman,
because
like you would never like there's nothing like established yet.
So
there is no evil if there's nothing established.
There's no evil. There's no good.
Yeah,
it just is. You know, kind of like an animal kingdom.
Everything would be amoral. Yeah,
right.
Everything.
I like that.
Until someone's like, maybe we shouldn't be raping, and then you're like, okay,
right.
Like it took something like to be like that's kind of messed up, and then the other person to agree to like, yeah, that is messed up.
Yeah,
and then be like, yeah, we shouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
For it to be immoral. But before that, everything was amoral.
Right. I mean, we're still dealing to this day. I mean, racism is amoral right now. Like some people,
I guess
some people think it's okay. You know, like we had the lady on the, I don't know if it was CNN or Fox or MSNBC, but on this news channel, she basically came out and said she was a racist. Like straight up.
She said the N-word. Yeah,
all the time.
And then Piers Morgan's like, say it right now. Like, are you kidding me? Don't have her say it right now.
Yeah, and that was wild because they had you know, a Black American.
I'm glad he says something. I'm glad he's like, don't let her say that in front of me, please. Like, that's great. But anyway,
but yeah, we're going into a whole other
No, I
thing.
didn't think what. But yeah, a lot of people. Well, a lot of people don't think racism is real.
Right, right. Oh, but man,
No, I take
your
that
boy
back.
your boy Sweet D thinks that.
They think systematic racism is. They think racism is real. They don't think systematic racism is real. They
Yeah, I
think
don't
it
think it's
ended in the '60s. And it's like,
right,
what?
right. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Well, then I guess for me, it's like, then how do you explain the veil of darkness study? Like, that's 95 million traffic stops they studied, and they found that black people are 16 times more likely to get stopped in the daytime.
Right, right. But
So,
we're
like,
only 13. But we're only 13% of the population.
95 million traffic stops. That's a
They did the
big
study.
study.
That's a huge study.
You really can't like question that one. So
Right.
when people say no such thing with racism, I'm like, oh well, all right, well look at this study and then get back. But
Yeah.
anyways, we're not a political podcast. Like, you know what,
No,
we
we're not.
are sometimes. I don't care.
Sometimes.
When it comes to this kind of conversation, some things do get political. So
Yeah.
yeah. But
You're gonna have to.
anyways,
But is racism political? I mean,
yeah, I mean it is for some people. Some people think it's not a real thing. Some people think DEI is not a needed thing. So I'm like, what about people who are disabled? Like, well, of course they're okay. Like, well, that's part of DEI. Like, that's
right. What about white women? It's all part of it.
what about white men?
Okay, sorry.
Isn't Elon Musk
Yeah,
DEI? Didn't Elon Musk get $500 million from the government?
yeah, yeah.
Isn't that DEI? Isn't
Absolutely.
he from Africa?
Yeah.
You won't hear
Yeah.
me though. Go
No,
ahead.
all right, we'll keep going.
Same view and whose opinions you bought. So really, I won't deny anybody's right to hold these opinions. You may indeed believe that the Bible is literally true
And that's
that
okay.
it was actually dictated by God to Moses and the prophets and the apostles. That may be your opinion, and you are at liberty to hold it. I don't agree with you. I do believe, on the other hand, that there is a sense in which the Bible is divinely inspired. But I mean by inspiration something utterly different from dictation. Receiving a dictated message from an omniscient authority. I think inspiration comes very seldom in words. In fact, almost all the words written down by automatic writing from a psychic input that I've ever read strike me as a bit thin. When a psychic begins to try and write of deep mysteries instead of telling you what your sickness is or who your grandmother was, he begins to get superficial. And psychically communicated philosophy is never as interesting as philosophy carefully thought out. But divine inspiration isn't that kind of communication. Divine inspiration is, for example, to feel, for reasons that you can't really understand, that you love people. Divine inspiration is a wisdom which it's very difficult to put into words, like mystical experience. That's divine inspiration. And a person who writes out of that experience could be said to be divinely inspired. Or it might come through dreams, through archetypal messages from the collective unconscious, through which the Holy Spirit could be said to work. But since inspiration always comes through a human vehicle, it is liable to be distorted. In other words,
true.
I'm talking to you through a
Big
sound
fact.
system.
Yeah.
And it's the only one now available. Now, if there's something wrong with this sound system, whatever truths I might utter to you will be distorted. My voice will be distorted. And you might mistake the meaning of what I said. Now, so therefore, everybody who receives divine inspiration, and I'm using that in a very loose way, you can mean anything you like by divine, that's your option.
Big, man.
But anybody who receives
Because
it
I
will
think a
express
lot
it
prior to
within the limits of what language.
over it. Yeah, I should have asked them. But I think a lot of
Yeah.
things that people believe about the Bible is that these people were just possessed by God and they just wrote, like, he wrote through them. Oh, man, that's hard for me to believe.
Right.
Hard for me to believe that. 'Cause I don't know you. I don't know. So you just told me trust me, bro. That's what the Bible is, huh? That's crazy. I never thought about it like that. It
Yeah,
really
that's
is
all. Yeah.
somebody wrote it and they just
Yep.
said, "Trust me, bro." This is what happened.
This is what happened,
But then and
bro.
then
I
the
don't know
church
you. I
not
don't
only
know you
that,
like
and then the church takes that same Bible and says, "Okay, well, what you read isn't really what you read. Trust me, bro." Like they don't even use what Jesus said. They flipped on Jesus,
that. They
flipped
flipped
Jesus'
it.
word, and
Yeah,
then said, "Trust me, bro." And Jesus like, "Well, I didn't say
I didn't
that."
say that, but this is what you meant. Is it? So, Shell, you gotta break down. You said that's you.
I feel that's me.
I feel that's me.
Like you
Wait,
get
what?
like dream, like you get like premonitions in your dreams and shit or something like that. Like,
No,
anyways, I just never thought about it like that, Rashad.
me
But
neither.
he said, even if you are like touched by the divine, you're still coming through a human vehicle. Like you never seen a dog pull up on it and be like, you know what? I'm a dog made by God. And you know what? He's right. This human's right. You never seen no cat. Nothing confirmed. It's always just been through a human. I know I'm being
Oh,
goofy, but like it's
yeah,
crazy. I
yeah.
never thought about it
Well,
like that.
you're just trying to you're just bringing up the mundane. Like,
You
hey,
think
this
something
is stuff that that we deal with every day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
a
yeah,
flower will grow. If he's
right,
divine, a flower will grow by you. Oh yeah,
right.
that's confirmation. Like he's divine. We never had that.
No, it's always through a human vehicle. Now, I have always said it's written by man, and so therefore, I don't trust everything because man corrupts. Humans are corrupt. Power corrupts. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I always kind of questioned it. Like, hey, like that one video we showed, like Black with Black. I don't know about that.
Right. I don't know about that.
Yeah. So, and so,
Mm.
but he put it in a better way than I could ever explain it, like saying that all of this comes through a human vehicle, and who's to say that that is right? But it depends on if it did come through a dream, if it did come through a vision or whatever. Who's to say that they interpreted that correctly? So, Self coming let's see, her comment is premonition from dreams, just not believing in sky wizards or sky daddy. The book is written by man. You create your own destiny. I feel that.
Yeah. You
Same.
know, I was in the day before the Wolves game. I know it's a very lame thing to think about, but it was like, they could go out there and lose. But I'm so sick of thinking like that. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna have a winner's mentality. I'm gonna manifest winning.
I
If they
definitely
don't
have a
win
loose
tonight,
mentality.
right? If they don't win tonight, then they may win the next time. If they don't win that time, the next year they'll win. Whatever. Just think
Right.
about winning. But like, I feel like I feel that's what you create your own destiny. You create your own luck.
Yeah,
Stop thinking
and a lot
negative.
of that, comes because you've been damaged. You've been damaged so much. I remember the
Yeah.
first time you were actually damaged. I remember it was the Vikings when they played the Atlanta Falcons
Yep.
in 1998. I remember
Yep.
it. That was your first Minnesotan heartbreak, and we're just like, dude, just get used to it. The Twins are the only ones who have ever taken us to the promised land. Um, but
And that may be true, but I'm gonna keep. I don't know, man. I'd rather just think positive. 'Cause one day it may turn around.
always, always. I get pulled into it. I get pulled down into it every game. I'm like, but I kind of knew they were going to win last game because this is what they do. You know what I'm saying?
And
But
it may not win next game, but I'm saying
uh,
like,
no,
who
no, no.
cares? Like if they
Sorry,
win, they don't win.
I shouldn't say
We're
that.
gonna like who cares about like whatever. It may then we'll win next time. That's what I be thinking. Like that's what I'm gonna keep thinking now. Like you fall down, you get back up. Who
It
cares?
does. It doesn't affect us one way or another.
No, no, it really doesn't. And that's what I'm thinking too. Like whatever. Like
Yeah,
you winning in life. Like I don't know, man.
right,
Like this.
right. Yeah. How did that help you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know enough people who watch the NBA for me to even throw that in their face. Yeah, we got an NBA championship. They're like, I don't even watch the NBA. Oh, okay. I don't know who those people are. I
It'd
watch
be
college. All
cool.
right,
It'd be
whatever.
cool to experience.
Hell
It'll
yeah.
be just another experience to have. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, that was dope. Because then
Right.
the next year if you don't like, I don't know. I'm trying to enjoy the moment more
Yeah,
because,
live in
like,
it.
what if you do win? The next you're gonna want to win again. So just
Right.
enjoy it. Just enjoy the ride.
Yep. Yep. You got a superstar, enjoy it and manifest winning. So
Yep.
I'm all for that, man. I need to do that too. My buddy Stephanie Bober, she was like, why did you have any confidence? And I'm like, because I've seen this movie before. She's like, you need to have a winning mentality. What is wrong with you? So I'm like, all right. So and now that you
Love
said it,
averages, man.
yeah, now that you said it, I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe I can do that. And also just I know where this is not a sports cast, but uh we wanted Denver, and Denver took them to 7 games.
Mhm.
We wanted Denver. So we're not better than Denver now? Like, come on. Like, what? Like, clearly we are. So we need to have more confidence in them, but we'll keep going. It's not a sports show. We're almost done with this. There we go.
Which he knows. And by language here, I don't only mean English, Latin, Greek, Hebrew, or Sanskrit. I mean language in the sense of what sort of terms are available to you. What kind of religion were you brought up with? Now, you see, if you were brought up in the Bible Belt, you came out of Arkansas somewhere, and that's all the religion you knew, and you had a mystical experience of the type where you suddenly discover that you are one with God. Then you're liable to get up and say, I'm Jesus Christ.
Oh, I love this.
And lots of people do. Well, the culture that we live in just can't allow that. There's only one Jesus Christ. And sort of you don't look like you were Jesus Christ coming back again, because it's said in the scriptures that when he comes back, there'll be no doubt about it. He'll appear in the heavens with legions of angels, and you're not doing that. You're just old Joe Dokes that we knew years ago, and now you say you're Jesus Christ. Well, he says that when Jesus Christ said he was God, nobody believed him, and you don't believe again.
Mhm.
You know, you can't answer that argument. But you see, he says it that way because he is trying to express what happened to him in terms of a religious language which is circumscribed by the Holy Bible. He's never read the Upanishads. He's never read the Diamond Sutra. He's never read the Tibetan Book of the Dead or the I Ching or the Lao Tzu. And therefore, there is no other way in which he can say this. But if he had read the Upanishads, he would have had no difficulty, and nor would the culture, the society in which he was talking, have any difficulty.
Facts.
Because it says in the Upanishads, we are all incarnations of God.
Don't we say that all the time?
Jesus
My
has
assumption,
came back.
Yep.
my opinion,
Jesus comes back
is
every
that
day.
Jesus of
Opinion.
Nazareth was a
That's
human being,
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
like Buddha, like Sri Ramakrishna,
Yep.
like Ramana Maharshi,
Yep.
etc., who early in life had a colossal experience of what we call cosmic consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you don't have to be any particular kind of religion to get this experience. It can hit anyone, anytime. There are obviously a number of you in this building who've had it, in greater or lesser degree. But it's found all over the world. And when it hits you, you know it. Sometimes it comes after long practice of meditations and spiritual discipline. Sometimes it comes for no reason that anybody can determine. We say it's the grace of God. But there comes this overwhelming conviction that you have mistaken your identity. That what you thought, what I thought was just old Alan Watts, who I know very well is just a big act and a show. But what I thought was in, me, was only completely superficial. That I am an expression of an eternal something or other.
And we say that all the time on this show. We say that all the time on this show, that we believe that we are just all tendrils of a greater consciousness, a higher being. We are all lowercase g's. We're all gods. Just broken up in different pieces and experiencing, having different experiences. And this reality. And that's just this reality. So, yeah. And he listed off people who were just like him. Who were just like Jesus, who were just like him. And so he has come back. He's come back in you. He's come back in me.
If he's God and he says God's in you, then yeah, you came back. He came back.
Right.
Alan Watts is really interesting.
Yeah,
Like
man.
he
boy
says
goes.
things that if you think about it, kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, oh, well, I'll be. And again, I like how he's like, hey, if this person who's only known this experiences this, he can only explain it in one way. That's
Yeah,
all he knows.
he didn't read the other books to explain it in
No.
a different way to you to make it make more sense.
Right. And nobody wants to take this experience and research the experience. I mean, study theology. Like just because you're born into one religion or one belief doesn't mean that you can't check in on the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
if you study theology in college, there's quite a few people who just kind of you know took the class and then went back to their own life. You kind of think about you take the study, all those religions are telling you the same thing.
Absolutely.
It's-
Absolutely. Yeah.
So like I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
There's similar themes that go within the between all of them. It says Shell says you are God. People are gonna hate me for saying this. You create your own destiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We manifest what we want. It's just delayed manifestation. You have
Mhm.
to delay gratification as a human,
Yeah.
but you manifest things that you want. It's just
Yeah. You have to
slow.
work it. But yeah, slow. And I think that's why and that's to me, Kobe, is further proof that you have been in a reality where you were able to manifest it right away. You just don't remember it because we are not patient. We're so impatient. We want it to happen right away. Well, why do we want it to happen right away? Maybe
For-
there is a time that where we existed or around that we existed and it could happen right away. And we just
Maybe you can kind of see it, how it would feel, how like you know what I mean, or what like you can see it if you had it.
right.
So like, how can you see it? Because yeah, there's probably the point in time where you could manifest that just like that. But now you're in a time where okay, you have to work on it,
Right.
and it's not easy
Exactly.
for everybody.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to sacrifice stuff for it.
Yeah.
LeBron was saying that, like he sacrificed his family, and people took that to try to make it, he's, he's sacrificing his family to be better with a dark entity. It's like, nah, dude.
Right.
He's
No,
saying
like I mean, like
it's
he couldn't
time.
be there for his kids. Like, but you
Yeah.
think about, I was telling somebody we're talking about that. We were watching the game yesterday, and they're like they're probably they're like, oh, they're good dads now in the NBA because we're joking about how Julius Randle was leaving early to go be with the kids. There's like 4 minutes left in the game, and you're
Mhm.
walking down the tunnel. We were like, and I'm like, well, yeah, like, and I was thinking about like, yeah, they don't have family time when they're in the NBA.
Right.
Like, it's not like maybe in the summertime, and I could be
Mhm.
wrong, right? But like when they retire, they get more time. But no, NBA, they're training, they're watching film, they're you know what I'm saying? Like especially now, they don't
Yeah.
get to see their kids.
No, it's a full-time job and then some. They have
Yeah.
their off season, but you have to be in the lab and put in your work in the off season as well. So I mean, yeah, you go on your little vacation and stuff like that, but it ain't gonna last long because you got to get back in the gym. You know,
Crazy, man.
yeah. So yeah,
But
it ain't.
on
It's
the
like
flip
teachers,
side, you retire at 40 something years old. Now your kids can see you all the time, unless you're working or which
right?
I'm sure you're gonna most of those guys get a job or have businesses they're working on, but
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it don't end. You know what I'm saying? Unless they pulled a Kawhi Leonard and don't spend any of their NBA money. You know.
right. That's
So, but yeah, all right, we'll keep rolling here.
X, a name that can't be named, as the name of God was taboo among the Hebrews. I am. And that I suddenly understand why, exactly why everything is the way it is. It's perfectly clear. Furthermore, I feel no longer any boundary between what I do and what happens to me. I feel that everything that's going on is my doing, just as my breathing is. Is your breathing voluntary or involuntary?
Involuntary.
Do you do it or does it happen to you? So you can feel it both ways.
Yep.
But you feel everything
Both
like breathing.
ways.
Yep.
And it isn't as if you had become a puppet. There is no longer any separate you. There is just this great happening going on. And if you have the name in your background, you will say, this happening is God, or the will of God, or the doing of God. Or if you don't have that word in your background, you will say with the Chinese, it is the flowing of the Tao. Or if you're a Hindu, you will say it is the Maya of Brahman. The Maya means the magical power, the creative illusion, the play. So you can very well understand how people to whom this happens feel genuinely inspired, because very often there goes along with an extremely warm feeling, because you see the divine in everybody else's eyes. When Kabir, a great Hindu Muslim mystic, was a very old man, he used to look around at people and say, to whom shall I preach?
Yep.
Because he saw the beloved in all eyes. But there is everybody, in his own peculiar way, playing out an essential part in this colossal cosmic drama.
And that's all, folks.
Do you think at a microcosm, that whole, when you say the Tao flow, like in sports, there's that, right? Like you feel that when you play sports at probably a smaller level, but that's, if you get what I'm saying, like when you're in the flow, and if you're, a lot of people can understand when you play a game, even like you play football, baseball, when you're in the flow, you can't control it. You're
Right.
just you're hitting strikes, you're making the play, you're seeing the play before it happens. Do you think that's kind of like what that is? Because like people can never explain. Like Anthony Edwards, he probably couldn't tell you why he was hitting those jump shots. He was
Right.
in the zone. You know what I
In the
mean?
zone.
Whatever that, like
Yeah.
what it, like that's like a small manifestation, like level you're at. You're manifesting these things 'cause you're just seeing it happen. And I've done it before at a small level, right? Like I
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
football and I'm seeing things before it happens. Or you're pulling the guard, yep, tackle. Like you're in the
Yeah.
flow. It could go on
Yeah.
for days too.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
And
don't mean to make it a sports conversation.
yeah.
I keep doing that, but
I know.
like
So
I
it's
just
like,
keep thinking about stuff like
talk
that.
about sports.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's, the Jedi are like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They see things before it happens. It's almost like they like that thing that they call it the Force. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it's just like they are able to harness it and manipulate it. I mean, think about momentum. The teams got the momentum. Momentum, that's a real thing. It's unquantified,
Your life.
but
You have
it's a real
momentum in life.
but it's a real thing.
Yeah.
It can be momentum, but we see it on in games, in sports, like
Yeah,
in real
definitely
time.
really can see it. Yep.
Yeah,
But like
yeah,
you can have it in like you can have like, I don't want to think myself, but I feel like I'm in like a flow where it's like I'm doing what I gotta do every day. And I'm not stressed out. I'm not like, you get in a kind of a good groove and you're in the
mhm,
flow. Everything is coming easy to you. And then some things can mess you up.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like, okay, can you get back in that flow?
Right.
And it's
We
like
we
working
we
on
had
that.
we had a good flow going all weekend, and then it kind of got disrupted. Like for some reason we have gnats now, so we're
It's like,
fighting,
how did you?
and
And
the
I'm
alarm kept
learning.
going off, and it's just like,
Yeah. And
Jesus,
it's like you learn, it's like, how do I react to it? Am I gonna be negative
right,
about it? Am I
right,
thinking like, okay, well, I gotta deal with it and it
hmm
sucks, but
hmm
like not complain like with your energy. Like your words are different. But like if you're handling it with positivity,
yep,
it kind of, you get back into your flow again quick. But if you're
yeah,
like, if you let that shit throw you off, you're like,
hmm
man. And then that made me mad. And then I can do that too. And then your shit's all fun. You got a week where you
oh,
fell off
all
because you
jacked up.
let shit hit you.
Yeah, yeah, and it likes to hit you all at once, and
Mhm.
it is what it is. Like when 'cause we have bug zappers in the house, and when one goes off, Nala goes off. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it make her scared and make her nervous, and then it doesn't really bother me, but I think it really jacks with Shell,
Right.
and it's loud, it's annoying, and it's just so it can mess with your flow. It has messed up our flow all day. You know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
and then like I said, our alarm kept going off, and the people are calling me. You all right? And we're like, please don't send the fire truck. And all this was happening like right before before our show started. So I'm
Right.
stressed the f out. But I calmed myself before the show, and so I'm good because you gotta try how to keep that good energy. And it's just like you were saying, it's like how it's your reaction is
Mhm.
is what really defines you, how you handle that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Are you just gonna give up and like, oh, woe is me, or you're
'Cause
gonna
like
keep pushing?
'cause like when that big thing happens, I mean, oh, this is a training from the big thing hits you. And the
Hmm.
thing you were not looking for hits you. You gotta figure, okay, am
No,
I me who I am, who I've been training this whole time to be? And that's like what you gotta kinda and then like when you were able to be the person you say you are, that flow kicks back in and things start to
right?
work out. It ain't always easy, but
No,
I think he's gotta keep consistent and I don't know, man. I
yeah.
think that's
And
manifestation in itself.
yeah, because the good big thing can happen to you too. It goes both ways.
And how do you handle that?
Right.
How do
Right.
you could be an asshole because you had a good
Right.
then you get hit with some karma. So it's
Yeah. You get.
always man,
Hmm.
that's crazy.
Hmm. So I try to keep the karma on the positive. It doesn't always work out. We all have our bad
Oh
days,
yeah.
but
It's
but
your L.
yeah. So we are good now. Grills parking the babies. We'll be outside chilling. We needed it. Yeah. It's been a beautiful day out here.
Damn, yeah.
Super hot for some people, but we love it. But yeah. So guys, hold that will end our dissertation for
Yep.
Alan Watts, and we'll figure out what we're going to do next week. And we're going to keep it pushing because we kind of just wanted to do a truncated
Yeah.
show.
A quick one. I know people got lives.
You want to just get into the cap or no cap?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll meet the
Because
rest
we
of them
don't
real
have
quick.
okay, go for it.
We don't have a ton
Um,
of game for the game.
yeah, so we'll just do cap or no cap.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
always fun.
Knock those out and then we can
We can wrap it up.
call it a night probably.
Yep.
I'll be
Yep.
right back.
Okay, buddy. Get it. All right. So the first one is wait. First one is called Caveman. So I found this on TikTok. This is kind of wild, y'all. This is kind of wild. It would be easy to fake, I guess. But I don't know. So this pilot, he was flying, and there's this ginormous cave, and he was filming the opening of it, and he saw something pretty creepy. So I'm gonna pull this up, and it kind of freaked me out too, because I don't like when things are like I don't like things out of place. So, all right, let's get it. All right, so um, I'll show this video to you now. So check it out. Okay, now look right there.
What the hell is that?
The head, body, arm. When you circle back, there was nothing there. They're gonna show it again in a little bit. I think they show it again. No, they don't.
That's crazy.
But yeah, look at that. found bones outside of the cave, and some of them were human.
Oh my god. Is that his arm? That's
Yeah, that's his arm, bro.
think it's fake? I think it. I don't know.
Shell said it's cat. That's AI.
Might be.
It could be. But yeah. So all right. So Shell's calling it cat. I don't know. I'm gonna say no cat
I'm not going by that cave. I'm gonna say
at all.
yeah, that's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. No thanks. No thanks. Oh, do we got another Rick and Morty?
Rick and Morty.
Another season coming out? Looks like they're advertising it right now.
I love that dude got. Yeah, whatever.
He did. One of the guys got fired, but they kept the show going on. Like they've made the new season premieres tonight, so that's awesome. Last season they made it without him.
Oh, okay. I'll watch that one.
So it's still going. It's still going. All right. You want to do the next one?
Yeah. So the next one is called Hollow Earth.
Yep.
It will. Right. Didn't check if we had volume, but we got volume, so we're good to go.
Got volume. All right.
There for 2,500 years. There is one continent inside the earth and one ocean. Their capital city is built around the original lost Garden of Eden. The vegetation grows like a paradise. The people live to be up to 800 years old. They communicate with telepathy. The inner earth people have built these androids that fly their flying saucers out to reconnoiter the outer earth. Our government has been knocking flying saucers out of the sky and back engineering these flying saucers. The people that live in the hollow earth are not extraterrestrials. They're from the lost tribes of Israel.
What?
Inside the hollow earth, been living there for...
What do you think? I'm gonna say Cap.
I think there's something down there. There's a hollow earth, but I don't think. But he's saying, well, I don't think it's that.
Yeah. What he's saying.
The 12.
But there is the ocean underneath the ocean. It's crazy.
They found it.
Yeah.
They found it. So, all right. What do you guys think in the comments? You guys think that's real hollow earth? Or do you think that's cap? You think the people that are there from the 12 tribes of Israel or no? So Shell enough. So I say so.
And ain't enough, so I say no, probably. No cap. I mean.
Okay. What's he saying, cap? All right. I will play the next one here. The next one is called The Blackwell Ghost.
Uh-oh.
Let's see what we got here. So 18 women were butchered and eaten in this house. Holy smokes. Okay. Let's see.
So when I left, that light was off.
His ghost hunting days were far from over.
I didn't turn that light on.
Turner had found a new house and a new haunting. And what he would capture this time would start with a series of knocks.
It's somewhere back there. I don't know where it's coming from.
The other strange thing that kept occurring was a phone call that came in at exactly 2:47 a.m. each morning.
Hello?
There would be no one on the line until...
Say something.
What's that?
What happened after the phone call on the second night was enough to scare Turner as it was, but he needed to be sure, so he would stay one final night at the house.
Well, it's my third and final night here in the house. And I'm terrified.
But that third night would make Turner question if what he was doing was actually safe.
Hello?
Turner would be so
Ooh,
he would just
shit.
quick bolt out the door. He'd leave all of his equipment, everything, and just leave. Returned the next morning, and what he would find was this.
My dad's house haunted? Yeah. They're probably right.
What say you?
Yeah, I think that's no cap. That's crazy.
No cap. All
But I
right.
don't know why he didn't show like whatever when the thing when they knocked that over. I don't know why he didn't show that, but maybe
That was my question as well. So you got cameras all at the same time, and it's capturing the footage fake.
yeah, probably was cap. He would have
I mean-
showed the table get knocked over.
Right. That's the only reason why I'm saying that it's cap, because that is the most important footage.
Yeah.
That's the absolute most important footage. So, and he didn't do that. So, yeah. All right, man. You got next.
All right. The next one's called Time Traveler.
Okay.
Which I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so said, and on top of that, look at the glitches. It's edited big time. It's fake. Okay. I didn't peep that.
This proof that time travelers are real. Back in 2006, in Ukraine, Kiev, police were called out to deal with a guy who was reportedly acting very strangely, didn't know where he was, and looked very confused. So when the police got there, one of the first things that they noticed was that the guy in question was wearing some old period-style clothing and carrying a camera. Man's name was Sergio Ponomarenko, and when the police asked him for some ID, he kindly gave him it. Now, the first thing that the police realised is, one, this guy looked to be in his 20s, yet his ID said it was from 1932. Secondly, it was issued from a country that no longer exists. So the police decided to ask what day it was. He replied the 23rd of April, 1958. To this point, the police thought he was having some form of mental health crisis, took him back to the police station, where he was later admitted to a mental hospital. He got assessed by doctors. They said to him, okay, so 1958, what was the last thing that you remember doing? To which he replied, it was daytime, I was going for a walk in the city. I took my camera with me, but when I left my apartment, there was a strange object flying in the sky, which looked to be a bell. Then told the doctors he began to take photos of this bell in the sky. And whatever happened after that, he can't remember. So the doctor asked and said, can we have a look at your camera? Which he handed it over. The doctor then realised it was a Yashica Flex, which even in 2006 was a bit of an antique. These cameras were that rare that they had to physically get an expert in to recover the photos from the film. So they did bring an expert in, and this is where it gets stranger. They found photos from Kiev. These photos were from the 50s. In fact, some of the buildings in the photos don't even exist anymore. They also found photos of Sergio and even his girlfriend. And then guess what they saw? A bell-shaped object flying in the fucking sky. Now, this story is heavily documented, so have a Google of it because it is mind-blowing. Was Sergio a time traveler? Is this proof that time travelers are real?
That's wild, right?
What's his name? Sergio?
Sergio, something. Sergio. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man.
A man who appeared in Kiev in 06 claimed to be 1932 and that traveled to 2050.
This guy from 1958.
Yeah, we had the wrong name. This guy wasn't in Kiev when they found him.
Play it again, or at least just to get his name. Or did I get rid of it? No, it's still there.
Okay, it's right here.
Proof that time travelers are real. Back in 2006, in Ukraine, Kiev, police were called out to deal with a guy who was reportedly acting very strangely, didn't know where he was, and looked very confused. So when the police got there, one of the first things that they noticed was that the guy in question was wearing some old period-style clothing and carrying a camera. Man's name was Sergio.
I found him. Sergio, a man who appeared in 2000. Yeah, I found him.
Yeah, 1932.
Oh, really? Traveled to 1932?
Under the photos of the 1950s.
Gotcha. So he traveled from 1932 to 20. Wait, what?
He's from 1932, but maybe he meant like I was born. Because Google, it's just the AI. I think the AI fucked up. Don't worry. AI be tripping.
What y'all think?
Anyways.
Yeah, that's wild. All right. So this one is called "They're Coming."
All right.
Pause. Let's see here.
Telescope just discovered.
Oh gosh.
You mentioned it yesterday, and I Googled it.
They said we have alien ships heading towards Earth at light speed.
Okay, what? What do you mean?
They are the size of cities.
We've heard this. I want to show it again.
And the only reason they're calling them alien ships is because they're on this one trajectory and then exactly turned towards Earth.
Oh gosh.
At light speed.
I mean, how long is it going to take for them to get there? How far away are they?
The prediction is time frame of these objects reaching Earth range from a couple of years to a couple of weeks.
Okay.
It's a good ratio. It's just a little.
So they said that these were they got images of it.
Yeah.
Heading at light speed, going, and then it course corrected towards Earth. So that's the only reason they're calling them ships.
And you wouldn't be able to predict how fast it could accelerate or decelerate if it was able to
course correct.
Yeah, you don't know what technology allowed us to do that.
So they said a couple years or a couple weeks.
Couple years or a couple weeks.
So this is what
2027.
This is what I'm on Snopes, and typically stuff like this is like it's not true.
This is what I found.
All it says is unfounded.
Interesting.
So they're not saying it's not true.
Did you guys hear what the James Webb Telescope just discovered?
No.
So Snopes is saying we don't know. And we've shown that before. We showed that probably in our earlier shows.
Probably, yeah. But still, like, oh no, remember it was the Alexa. Remember they asked Alexa, and they're like, "What's coming towards us at light speed?" So it's still a thing.
Yeah, still a thing. So hopefully they come in a couple of weeks, man. Give us some superpowers. What are you thinking?
I mean, probably not good, but hopefully.
So you don't think they'll work out in our favor?
Maybe, hopefully, it's like Chronicle, where like,
yeah,
get like powers, but
yeah, I'll be down for that. All right, so you got the next one.
Sorry, I was looking that up. Google's not trying to help me. The next one's called EVP.
Okay. And this is an executive vice president. This is something else. Electronic voice phenomenon.
Yes. So these are like basically like a device that picks up ghost voices.
Yeah.
So let's see what it catches.
What's going on? I'm basically just securing all this stuff right now. Just making sure there's nobody in here. Anybody in here? Hello? Yeah, but listen, you got to get out of here. You're going to have to come talk to me, okay? Where you at?
Hell nah.
I can't see you. You're correct. So you need to come out, okay? You guys hear this? This is broad daylight. I don't know where this kid is. Where are you? What is going on? I'm basically just securing all.
Nah.
What'd
It's
you
probably
think?
Cap, but
You think it's
that's
Cap?
creepy. Yeah, the mommy thing. I don't know.
No, that threw you off. I mean, because he
Yeah.
was in a what do you call it?
Daycare?
No, they not like. It
The
looked like those was
moratorium?
graves. Yeah, it looked like those were graves.
Oh.
I could be
Oh.
wrong. Yeah, I don't know.
No,
Could be
that was
wrong.
weird.
By the way, the Pacers are in the Knicks ass like tissue.
What is
Pause.
going on with the Knicks? Like, why are they
Don't
so
know.
bad?
I think the Pacers are just that good. Just that they about to go up 3-0. That's wild. All right. So I got the next one called Silent Hill. Oh, and that last one, I think it's no cap.
Think it's no cap?
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
no cap. All right, so Silent Hill. So POV, you just discovered the most terrifying page on Instagram. Okay, let's check it out.
Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Oh.
Ah!
You see that?
Do it again. I was trying to. My computer's being stupid.
Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah.
That's okay, Show.
Oh no.
Allahu Akbar.
Nah, I'm good.
Ah!
No.
Cap or no cap? What'd you say?
Man. Man, play that one more time.
You
Don't
gonna
tell
play it
me
again?
when up. Play it one more time. Hold
on.
I want this thing. Go ahead.
Bringing it back.
Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah.
Man, what could it go back up?
Allahu Akbar. Ah!
Nah. Hell nah.
What'd it
I
go
don't
into?
know, bro.
It's easy to fake.
Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ah!
I'm saying no cap, but
you gonna say
it
no
looks like
cap?
it's fake. Yeah.
I'm gonna go no cap too. It does look like it's fake, but hey, we're here to have fun.
Right. I got the next one. It's called Mothership.
Okay. Yep.
Hey,
Shell, what do you think? Shell, what do you think? Cap or not? That should not be my bad. 10 points, so this could come back.
All right.
I'm literally outside and hollered, "Oh my god!" What the?
It's creepy. That shit's creepy.
That's creepy as hell.
Folks, just in the last 2 minutes, I just saw a huge spaceship go over Hollywood and Los Angeles. I mean, it's a big mothership. I'm still seeing the entrails.
Hold
on.
Yeah.
Move around.
The fool said the entrails.
Yeah, that's the entrails from the spaceship.
Entrails? Hold on. What is he saying, Rashad?
Intro. I don't think he means to say intros. I think
Is that better? Can y'all see it? All right, let's try this again.
I think it's about the smoke that comes.
At first, I thought it was a meteorite shower, but it's not. They made an announcement. They went through a human being, and they said that this alien species was going to be coming this week, whether the government was ready to tell us or not. And this is not orchestrated by Hollywood at all. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, holy mother shit. It's humongous. It's going at a fast Mach speed, but it's going to land somewhere. I don't know where. I'm not lying.
Had entrails, man. Means it's real.
Entrails, crazy. He said, "Holy mother of shit!"
I think it's Cap.
Yeah, it'd be cool with the ship, but
yeah, I think it's Cap. So, yeah. Come on, hurry up and give me my superpowers already. Like, what are we doing?
Let me save the world.
Yeah.
Save the universe.
All right, so I got one called Trolls. So let's see. So what do you think about this? I mean, this is probably gonna be obvious, but check it out.
Fy fan, jag hatar detta här.
On October 13th of 2008, a Norwegian film company received a package containing 2 hard disks. Had 283 minutes of filmed material on them. A large team of investigators spent an entire year trying to determine whether this was a practical joke or authentic.
Hvor mange typer troll finnes det egentlig?
Det var jo 2 hovedgrupper her, bergtroll og skogstroll. Og så har du...
Største helter? Hvordan...
Nei, der tar du feil.
They concluded it was authentic.
Det er ikke noe heltemodig over det jeg driver med. Det er skittent, grov arbeid. Ai, 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 ai. Ai, 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 ai. Fy faen, jeg hater dette her.
Dapper dog.
What's the next video called? Come on, man.
What?
Now, let's have some fun with it, I guess, right? 'Cause that's what it was on there for. It will be dope if it's true, because how much can you get paid to be a troll hunter?
Yeah, I mean, I want to know. I want to get paid
I
for that.
want to be that would be a thing.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be fun as shit.
It'd be fun.
I mean, we
Let's
definitely need
die.
we need a lot of cannon fodder though. A lot of cannon fodder.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I was gonna be a troll, I'd be smart. Like, I'll take some classes. You know what I mean? Do some scouting.
Learn how
and
to
then,
monster hunt.
Right? Yeah, yeah. And then you then we take it down. Get our first kill.
Get the first
We'll
kill.
be
Aim for the head.
Men of Letters LLC.
Yep. That's what they do. Hey, the Winchester brothers, now the Taylor brothers. Let's go.
Yep, there we go. All right. I got the next one. It's called The Tree of Might.
Okay.
Sidebar, probably one of the most underrated DVD movies. Tree of Might.
Dragon Ball Z, baby.
All right, let's hit it. Oh, no volume. Can y'all see it? I blew it up. Is
I
that
see
too
it.
much? Is that better for everybody?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it'll
Y'all
look
tell us.
better.
'Cause it looks different on our end.
Hear this. It sounds like gorillas fighting in the tree. They're breaking limbs bigger around than me.
He says it's not a bear, then what is it?
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
They're up in the tree? Yeah.
This is the second time I've come over here. And the first time when I got up under them trying to figure out what it was, they started breaking limbs off and throwing them at me. And I still cannot figure out what it is. Look, they're ruining this freaking place. What in God's name is it? It's bigger than me, whatever it is.
What?
It's just breaking limbs off that it would take me 2 minutes to saw.
How big is that tree?
Right. And look, the tree looks like it's pretty big.
Look, see, he's coming right above me right here. He's fixing to throw something at me, whatever it is. Yeah, they don't like you messing with them. Look. What in God's name
There's definitely something in the tree.
is going on? Look, that's bigger than me. Look at that.
Oh,
What in Jesus' name is doing this? Oh my God, he just took half the tree down. Something, oh my God.
it's got to be. It's got to be a. I don't even think a bear would have a chance in Hades.
No.
And
Can a
doing
bear
this.
climb up a tree like that?
It's something stronger than a bear. And he is pissed. Yeah, that's a healthy tree. About 8 to 10, maybe even 12 inches in diameter that he just broke because he's
What?
pissed because I'm getting close to him.
Oh my god!
I think I'm gonna bounce because I think he just hit the ground, which means he's about to face me on foot.
Mm-mm.
And I don't really want to wrestle with somebody that can tear trees down just because they're mad. My God, look at the tree he just freaking broke in half. I hope you can hear.
Chat, what y'all think?
That's wild. I'm saying no kibbity.
That's no cap. I don't know what it was, but he said 8 to 12 inches in
diameter.
Diameter. That's a pretty thick tree.
Yeah, that's pretty. You know what I'm saying?
He's breaking the limbs off, like giving
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Actually, that's
I ain't
more
trying
like.
to- He said, I ain't trying to wrestle with anything. They can rip a limbs off the tree.
Yeah.
Think about it,
Like,
people. If we climb up a
that's
tree
really
and
bad.
we can't rip limbs off, we can rip off. We can really rip a stick off the tree. A
Right.
healthy tree.
Especially if it's not. Yeah, like you said, if it's healthy, if it's not dry, you're not breaking that.
And you're not hearing a saw. You're not hearing anything like cutting. And it could be somebody up there just messing around for the sake of the thing.
Who's that
I
strong?
don't know, bro. I don't, bro. That one of the videos you can't. I don't know how you deny that one.
Yeah.
You gotta keep that video. That's the archive.
Keep that one. The tree of
We
mine.
gotta do like a best of
Yeah.
letters.
Yeah, 'cause we don't. Yeah, we always just get rid of them
Yeah.
to keep our stuff fairly clean. All right. So I'll do this. The next one called "When the Cows Come Home." Here we go.
15th, a woman posts a TikTok that goes by Brit, and thinking no one would believe her, she begins recording when her and her dog Jonesy witness something terrifying.
Both can hear it.
Josie? Josie?
Ooh, Rashad, we gotta run back the tree of letters or tree of letters.
What? The tree of letters.
Don't bother. Don't bother with me.
All right, tell me after this video. Yeah, we all want to know what that is too, so.
Staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled. And when she growled, I kind of like booked it. But I don't really know. Like, that's usually like her stance while she's waiting for me to come home, and I'm just like, is she waiting for someone to walk out of that closet? Like,
always believe your dog.
Time to go. Get your dog and go.
Now, the dog's behavior makes sense when you take note that they have a small group right in front of their house. And it doesn't only attract Jonesy, but it also attracts cows. Except they don't own any cows. And whether it's day or night, these cows seem to gravitate towards this graveyard. But on the following night, something happens when she picks up her DoorDash that to this day she cannot explain. Here's that clip. Take a look. She explains how it felt like someone was right next to her and pulled her with their full force. Was even nervous to post this video due to how it would look. Regardless, let me know what you think.
You see that?
On May 15th, a woman posted a TikTok that goes by Brit.
It pulled her shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird.
I'm gonna say no cap.
All right, we'll run back the Tree of Might for you again. I'll play it. So,
I think she saw that one.
Oh, she did? I thought she said she stepped away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead, play it.
Gorillas fighting in the tree. They're breaking limbs bigger around than me.
He says it's not a bear, then what is it?
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
It's like a limb. It's hitting its like bottom deck area.
This is the second time I've come over here. And the first time when I got up under them trying to figure out what it was, they started breaking limbs off and throwing them at me. And I still cannot figure out what it is.
I'm not sticking around for that. You're throwing them at me?
Look, they're ruining this freaking place. What in God's name is it? It's bigger than me, whatever it is, because it's breaking limbs off that it would take me 2 minutes to saw.
That's crazy. 2 minutes to saw, man. All right, Shell said no cap on the last
He's
video.
coming right above me, right here. He's fixing to throw something at me, whatever it is. Yeah, they don't like you messing with them. Look. What in God's name?
That's yeah. He's reaction.
What's going on?
I mean, maybe he's faking it, but it's
seems pretty authentic.
Look, that's bigger than me. Look at that! Look at that!
Look at that limb fall. That's crazy.
What in Jesus' name is doing this?
You need a saw to saw that off. You can't.
Oh my God! He just took half the tree down.
Nothing can do that.
Something. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, it's got to be a.
That's crazy.
I don't even think a bear would have a chance in Hades, and
what
they're
is
doing
that?
this. It's something stronger than a bear.
Something stronger than a bear.
And he is pissed. Yeah, that's a healthy tree.
You ripped the limbs off that.
About 8 to 10, maybe even 12 inches in diameter that he just broke because he's pissed because I'm getting close to him.
Can Skinwalker?
I think I'm going to bounce because I think he just hit the ground, which means he's about to face me on foot. And I don't really want to wrestle with somebody that can tear trees down. Just because they're mad. My God, look at the tree he just freaking broke in half.
If he can tear down a tree, he can tear your door down.
Yeah, I mean, you don't got much of a chance. Like,
no.
Get in your car and drive off.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good
like
one.
I said, time to go.
In the archive, that was a good one.
Yeah. All right, you got Cyclops.
Yeah, so the next video is Cyclops. Let's check it out. Wait, what? Allow. All right, let's get it.
Oh, we got your ass. We got your ass now.
Pause.
Some people
I'm kidding.
will say this is caused by wind erosion and rain. Others will say this is nothing more than a natural rock formation. But brother, that's a petrified cyclops. And it's not just a cyclops. There's a whole cave of petrified furniture, beings, people, all type of mad things, brother. Like, look at that. It's because a chair. Their shoes. That's a person, brother. A petrified person. Now, I don't know where this is. It says it's somewhere in Russia or Ukraine. But this is a mad thing, bro. If anyone knows what this is, somebody tell me. I mean, who is that? Who is that?
She's there with the tornado.
That's somebody, bro. That ain't just a normal rock formation. I'm not having it. And I'm not a scientist. And I don't study rocks. But brother, that's a hand.
That's wild. No cap.
No cap. No cap. And it's all over TikTok. If you type that in, it's all over. It's crazy. Yeah. They got the actual people who actually filmed it, going through the cave and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty wild. All right, so the last one we're gonna do here is CERN portals. We've talked about CERN before, and they're the one with the giant atom smasher, or what they call it, hydrogen collider, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's in Switzerland somewhere, something like that, somewhere in Europe. And it's almost as big as a city. I think it's bigger than the city. But check this out. A lot of people think that they are opening up portals. You smash atoms, and they're basically, making, tiny black holes and all that. Who's to say they couldn't make portals? I think the big homie Zay, he's really a conspiracy theorist, and the belief that CERN is making portals. So check this out.
What is that?
It looks like it's an opening in the sky. Almost like a stairway to heaven type of thing, deal. That could be anything. Now that definitely looks like a portal.
Oh, he's down here. Oh,
you saw it?
Yeah.
Now that's wild. Portals, everybody. Cap or not?
No.
I don't know if
cap.
CERN's making them. Yeah, I'm gonna say no cap. I don't know if CERN is making them, but doesn't make them like that portal that opened and took that flight with a flight.
Malaysia.
Laser flight, yeah, and clearly a portal took that plane, clearly. So,
portal, get your powers. There you go.
Or and never come back.
Never come
this
back
planet.
home. That'd be terrible.
That would not be good at all. Well, guys, that does it for this truncated holiday installment of Middle Letters. Thank you everybody for joining. There wasn't a lot of action in the chat, but that's okay. We figured that might happen. I mean, there's like a great game on right now. The playoff, I'm sure. Hockey has a playoff game going on as well. So we appreciate everybody that could have joined the show. Thank you for keeping the chat active. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Kobe, anything to say to the peoples?
Nah, man, we appreciate y'all. Memorial weekend, man. But go with your family. Like Scott said, some great games on. I'm about to go watch this game as well.
Me too.
Yeah. Y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all next week, probably.
Go Wolves. Yeah. Go Wolves. Kobe, and then the last thing you gotta say to the peoples.
Yeah, take care of yourself. Don't whistle in the woods, and don't whistle at night.
Don't whistle at night. Peace. See ya.
Blood giants.
People who came from the sky.
In the sky, yeah.